Hello there, I'm James with ID Gardening, and I figured I'd go ahead and say hello and try and give everyone an idea on what to expect over the next whoever knows how long I'll be doing this. So yeah, there'll be some gardening, some woodworking, and whatever else I happen to come upon. Random animals deciding that they want to be the center of attention, which is quite common here. As you can see, they're biting for my attention right now. So yeah, that's a daily thing here, and something y'all have to look forward to if you continue to watch my channel. But yeah, I will go ahead and get started on showing you what I have going here as far as the garden. And perhaps if time allows and the YouTube limit, I will show you some other projects that might be going on in this channel, or perhaps I'll make another channel for the odd projects other than gardening. Alright, stay tuned and I will show you some more. Alright, this odd little corner over here is the opposite side of the room that you saw me sitting. As you can see, there's lots of little cups there, and then some more things up under there under the lights. I'll try not to blind you with them, but I do not make promises. I figure I'll start with all the little things in all the little cups, even the ones under there. All of these are romaine lettuce. Even the stuff in there, as you can see as I get closer, that's all romaine lettuce. Now, I have probably, I don't know, between what's in the cups and in there, has to be at least 140 of them. And that was quite a mix-up, actually. Not really a mix-up, more of an absent-minded moment. But what happened was I properly seeded that. You know, did 3 little rows with the intentions of thinning them out and everything else, and had them all nice in there. Covered them up. Then a moment later just decided to sprinkle a bunch of seeds over the top and stir them into the top of the soil. So yeah, that's what happened with that, and apparently I mixed in more seeds than I thought. So I pulled all the little seedlings out when they sprouted and split them up into their various cups. So there's 111 little cups, and then everything in there. 20 in all the full trays, and then 11 in that tray over there. In addition to the romaine lettuces, which will feed the family quite well with, even if we just have baby romaine salads, we have some loose leaf lettuce in the hydroponic setup, and I'll try not to blind you, but I don't make promises. Some loose leaf lettuce down there, and the hydroponics is just something I'm playing with more than it is an intended part of the regular gardening experience for me. With that, we have some oregano that was just kind of thrown on there, and it's sprouting, and cilantro, which is sprouting, and that's probably going on maybe a week old now. And we'll be a little nosy here, and you can see how long the roots are on those tiny little plants, and they're diving down in the water and getting however much they want, and there's nutrients in that water, and it just kind of sits there all day, and they do what they want with it. Now, some of my other little seedlings I've got going on here. Right here are my mammoth basils. They're a sweet basil. They're just, when they get bigger, the leaves will be much larger than a normal sweet basil. And we'll see how those go. I have another one that's in the hydroponic setup that's kind of attempting to recover from what I did to it when I had my learning experience with hydroponics. Over here are tomatoes. This row here is Amish paste. This one is brandywine. This one is red currant, which is a cherry type tomato. And this one is Believe It or Not. As you can see, my Believe It or Nots are not wanting to sprout. And this is a little polyester cube called Sure to Grow. They do what they're supposed to, but I don't think I'll be getting into hydroponic tomatoes like I thought I would be. An interesting part about these tomatoes is this Amish paste here. I only put one seed in here. But if you look real close, you can see that there's a little mini-me in there of the larger Amish paste. I have no clue where it came from, but we will see if it turns into a miniature paste tomato plant or something like that. I don't know, maybe I'll get something interesting here. And going back to these lettuces, I've only had one problem with these lettuces so far. And every morning I wake up to a few of them dead. Not necessarily in their pot. Some of them are. As you can see, this one's kind of squished down and pushed over. And I like to contribute that problem to that one over there that you'll probably also just saw in my introduction video. She is called Lady, and if I'm giving attention to anything else, she has a problem with it. So we'll move on to tomatoes, which are probably going to blind you a little bit since they're under the light. This one is a red currant tomato. It's probably about, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 weeks old, and it's had some problems, and it's killing off some of its own leaves like it did over here, and it just hit soil probably 2-3 days ago. Before then, it just lived in a little cube. Next tomato down is a Believe It or Not. And like I said, that's a slicing tomato. And you can see it's got some decent leaves on there, and it's starting to shoot up the middle again. So we'll see how that goes. And it's kind of hard to tell, but it might be dropping its first sucker, but we'll see how that goes. And over here, that one is a Brandywine, and you can kind of tell on that one the leaves are different than most tomatoes on a Brandywine. It is a potato leaf tomato plant. I'm going to come over here into her corner. She's not quite sure if I'm going to step on her or not. Over here we have more tomatoes behind the larger pots. This one here is an Amish paste. It's kind of written on the side if it comes up. And also written on there is SB, and perhaps I'll explain later what the SB is for. That one there is a red currant, and the next one over, and then the next one down is another Amish paste. And then the last large one down there is the another Brandywine. You might be able to tell from the shape of the leaves from this angle. And that is my recovering basil plant. That one is probably 2-3 weeks old, and it had almost been it almost rotted out as a seedling. I watered it too much. And then I got it to recover, which was a surprise to me. The other one that had that problem did not recover. Yeah, I'm happy that one's there, and I'll give it some time to try and recover and see what it's going to do. There's the hydroponic setup. Perhaps I'll cover that one day if I don't rip it down before then. I haven't really decided what I'm doing with it. But yeah, that's all of the plants I have right now and what they're doing. I have plans to plant a couple more, and some of these will be being moved into the living room. And I will probably make a second video to explain some of my other projects in relation. And some of my projects won't be related at all. Some of them will just be me doing stuff. I have all sorts of things. I'd randomly do crazy stuff just for the sake of doing crazy stuff. And y'all will have the chance to be privy to that, whether I do it on this channel or another channel. I haven't decided yet. I guess it's all what people want to see. Some of it's woodworking. Some of it's random craziness just because I'm bored. So I will leave it at that, and I guess give y'all a chance to decide whether y'all want to come back for more videos or not. That's really up to you. I'm going to make them however I make them, whenever I make them, just because. I don't know. If you don't like them, oh well. Go watch another channel. If you do, subscribe and you'll be able to see whatever comes up whenever I put it out. Whatever it happens to be. I don't know yet, so there's really no telling what's going to happen.